it's been a while since I've done one of these. So I decided the best way to get back into it would be to be salty as fuck. So, I know Natsu and Matteru, a romance anime, a cheesy romance anime, a mature, cheesy romance anime. You get the point, this anime was flooded with stereotypes and overused dramatic devices. To explain the relationships in this anime, although I don't really want to. He loves her, and she loves him. She also loves him, but he loves her, although she loves him. And then out of nowhere come these two, and this one loves him, and that one loves him. However, it turns out she doesn't love him in actuality, and she gets rejected as possible, as in he runs away from her all day long. Then she tells her to confess to him. She does. They start dating. Now this one is forever alone, and he confesses to her, gets rejected, and moves to her sometime later. Then she flies away! What a fucked up love dodecahedron. Despite all this, the anime doesn't become confusing at any point, which, in my opinion, is bad writing. To let the viewer empathise with the characters on screen, confusing them isn't a bad thing. It helps them understand what the character is feeling. But instead, this jammy writing was just like watching a soap opera. A good example of when confusion helped the story is Steins Gate. It helped you see, or rather not see, inside the mind of Okabe. Either way, it's generically boring, and a stereotypical story isn't my cup of tea. And to make it worse, she's an alien! I'm gonna give this a 5 out of 10 for characters and story, because it's bland and thirsty as fuck. Art and animation. Well, it's a slice of life anime, so rather meh all the time. On occasion some interesting high-speed chase scenes occurred, but honestly, how hard is it to animate a car moving on a 2D plane? The answer is not very. Look, even I can do it. Disregarding my negative tone, it is a slice of life romance, so I wasn't expecting the most amazing animation like Unlimited Budget Works or K. I wouldn't complain if that's what I got, but it's unnecessary for a story-driven show like this one, and it would be unfair to mark it down for a fault that's not even a proper category. I'll give it a 7. I've seen better slice of life animations, but it was decently good. Soundtrack. To sum it up, average. I didn't feel absorbed or attracted by the music this anime used. It was just something to fill the awkward silence. Just about anything could have replaced the music for this. For example, happy music. Yes, that was just sped up elevator music. And another example, sad music. And yes, that was just epic sax guy slowed down. Also, because I'm the most evil person on the planet, I have to listen to that for the rest of the video. No, I have to edit this, so I won't do that to myself. Okay, back on track. The music was, in my opinion, the blandest thing I've heard in a while, so only a 5 from me. The ending was a real fuck you ending. A solid, fully fleshed, 100%, maxed out, level cap, fuck you ending. Now I won't be spoiling it, but if you watch till the end, it was just god awful. I really hate those kinds of bittersweet endings, it's such disappointment. It genuinely ruined the whole experience for me, and that's why I've been such a salty fuck this entire video. And are you serious? Was that supposed to make me sad? Was that supposed to make my heart bleed? You know what made me sadder? Listening to Nelio's voice not change after a transformation. Fear for this one, because at least it wasn't a read the manga ending. And to finish it off, my personal opinion of this anime, as well as my enjoyment level. So, I was genuinely enjoying this anime as a sort of guilty pleasure kind of thing. It was cheesy as hell, but the rest of it was still enjoyable, until the point I just brought up. The ending, it killed the entire flow for me, brought it to a grinding halt. If this was done in a different way, the score I'd give for the anime as a whole would be a lot higher. But as a personal enjoyment rating, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And with the scores together, I can put a final overall score for it. The divisions are on screen, and the final score is a rounded 6 out of 10. Fairly decent marks on the chart of Visor Kid's flawed anime rating system. But keep in mind, this is from an analytic standpoint, as a form of art, not how enjoyable it was. As a summary, the pros for this anime are that it's heartwarming, and it's a tearjerker. And as for the cons, it had a terrible ending, generic characters and story, as well as a boring soundtrack. Regardless, those were my thoughts and opinions on Natsu and Matteru, and with all that said and done, apathetic sign off.